What's up, guys? Your boy Jordan back with another video. Guys, we got another fresh and fit podcast that I'm going to be reacting to, giving my opinion on it, giving my comments on it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the first one. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Gentlemen, apparently if she's using this, whatever it is, she's 100% cheating on you. Hey, I don't know. Listen, they're not my gods, man. I don't look up to these guys. I mean, I enjoy their podcasts. I enjoy some of their what they come out with sometimes. Do I disagree? Sometimes I disagree with what they come out with, because I think they try and speak for all men sometimes, and I feel like factually not all men are like that. Like, when it comes to being high value, being this and that, I don't believe every single high value man. I've got so many people like mentor. I got a mentor on Instagram. He's high value. He's earning over 6 figures a month. Like, he has got a girlfriend, and to be honest with you, she's been there since day one. Like, she's been there since day one. So I understand from a point where high value men, there are girls out there that are looking for rich guys, so those guys are gonna just get with those girls anyway. But sometimes you get rich guys that have been with particular women or girls since day one, since rock bottom, since they start, before their business took off or career took off. They've been there since day one, and they stuck with them throughout the whole thing. Bless me, got hay fever, sorry guys. They stuck with them throughout the whole thing. But then you got girls that are looking for rich guys. Like, they don't want to be with a guy that's starting from rock bottom, you know. They want to be with they want it already. You know, for me, they're the hoes, man. I'm like, hey, come on. But listen, I don't think every guy's like that, man. I feel like there are more things to life than just having sex with women, like, or different women. I feel like, you know, even just going to the gym, working out, working on yourself. Like, I feel like as a man, myself as a man, I enjoy working on myself. Even though I'm in a relationship, I love working on myself and gaining knowledge every day, reading books. Like, I feel like if you are the best version of yourself, like, no one can break through you. Like, no one can, you know, kind of push you into the dirt. If you know, if you're knowledgeable and you know your stuff, I feel like the longevity of your life as you go on, like, you're only gonna go that way. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating, in my opinion. I think a woman having an Instagram is 100% cheating, especially if she has scantily clad photos of herself on the internet and she's not making money off of it, which a lot of women tend to do.
What?
They have
If you're not
Instagram
making money
just
off
for
I don't
attention,
agree.
you know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
And I think for women, attention is like sex for men.
Don't agree.
So,
Don't agree.
You know, women love attention from the opposite gender, and if you got a serious relationship with a girl and she still has a for sale sign on her neck, I think that's very disrespectful. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, so if your girl's got an Instagram account, yeah, and she is putting pictures of herself in bikinis, short tops, trying to get attention, I don't think that's cheating. Do I think that's stepping a foot over the line? 100%. I don't think it's cheating though, because it's like, how can an image be cheating? For me, I would never ever be that clingy, man, as a man. Like, I would not be like that. If she's trying to make money, like OnlyFans, that's a little bit different. Like, I don't think if my missus had an OnlyFans and I was still with her, like, I don't think I could, like, I couldn't do it. Because it's like, all right, you're setting yourself up to make money, your body, but it's like, I don't want any other man looking at that. I don't want any other man thinking those images. Like, I wouldn't want it. So for me, would I say it's cheating? No, but it's disrespectful. If she just has an Instagram account, which I hope he's not just saying, oh, if she just has an Instagram account. Like, if she has an Instagram account and it's clean, crack on. I don't believe that. But if she, like he said, if she has an Instagram account and it's full of, like, half nude images, she's trying to get that male attention and that male audience, it's disrespectful, for real.
A lot of people. You're saying that you would not delete your Instagram if he told you to delete it?
No,
You wouldn't. Okay.
I think that's weird.
Then I think that's an example of you didn't really like him that much then. Because if a woman
No,
truly
I
loves
just
and
think
respects you,
it's
she will
not.
get rid of it.
Well, if he's insecure about my,
If she's making money off it and making a business, yeah, it's a bit hard to say delete it. Because if that's her only source of income, which I hope it isn't, hope some of you ladies, that some of you women that are watching this, I just hope you haven't just got an OnlyFans. I hope you don't have that, because it's such, nothing really ever lasts forever unless the longevity of it is solid, like it's got a solid foundation. OnlyFans, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing things about sex robots now. They're making sex robots and all this stuff. It's like, imagine that. Like, men wouldn't be paying for that. Men would be going out paying to have sex with a robot, because it's like, it's easy. You know, it's like OnlyFans, it's doing well now. It's doing very, very well. I'm hearing girls are making over $1 million a month. I heard someone made over $1 million a month. Like, they're making million. Like, that's ridiculous. Fair play. But like I said, if it was my girl and it was a business, it would be very hard for me to say you need to delete it. But would I feel disrespected? Absolutely. So could I be with them? I couldn't. I'd say you need to go be single and do your thing. Find a guy that's into that. Find a guy that allows that, bro, because I wouldn't allow it.
my, I guess, reflection online, then that's too much for me.
It's not being insecure. It's more like, if I'm taking care of the bills, I'm taking care of you. Like, here's one of my requests. At least don't put yourself out there to be like targeted by other guys. Because I mean, if I'm taking that responsibility, then
Why would you be concerned if the girl wholeheartedly loves you? Like, that's not a thing. She wouldn't even consider talking to anyone.
You mean like
that.
trust?
Yeah.
In other words.
I think the girl should change her Instagram and just make it
Or, yeah, she
clear
could
that
make it
she's in a
private and
relationship
just
and
not
don't
talk to
post
them.
scandalous stuff.
If you have two Instagram accounts, you have one account for your business, you have one with your private profile where it's clean. There's some acceptance there. But if you only have one profile and it's just like full of nudes, oh, I'm gonna date my boyfriend, oh, nude, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
agree
look,
with that.
I'm not gonna post my ass if I'm dating somebody, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll just say, if I'm dating you, I want to at least have like access to like see what's going on, because I need
So you
to
want
know.
a password?
oh yeah, for sure.
I gotta see that shit. I gotta see it.
That's the thing too. Is like
she
you
weird?
shouldn't hide your phone if you if you're in a relationship.
Nah.
Like, you don't have any reason to hide your phone or anything. You know, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is that a lot of guys won't admit this, but they would not like their girlfriend to have pictures of her body all over the internet on Instagram. And I get what you're saying. Maybe make it profile and make it private, and then have, like, I guess, more modest pictures.
Yeah.
That can possibly be a middle ground, but in general, if I was to date a girl seriously, I would tell her you're not having Instagram, especially if she's not making money off it. Because I
that's what- yeah.
understand how the
That's what I'm saying. If you're not making money off it, that's a joke. Like, why are you even doing that?
world works with men and women, and for women, for men it's sex, women want attention. And if she's getting attention, like, that's just is disrespectful to the man, because she's keeping her options open.
What if she does it for like family reasons, like wanting to post so her family
There's
can
phone
see?
numbers, WhatsApp, text message,
Yeah, I
like, you know what I'm
guess.
saying? Like, you don't need Instagram, you know what I mean? It's just that women dislike giving away their sexual advantage over men, where they can have options. Instagram is a great way to market yourself to a large majority of men, to keep options open. And there's a bunch of statistics too, that show that even married women, over 50% of married women, keep a guy in the background, and the husband even knows about it. So I say this again, another unpopular opinion: you have to keep women, you have to protect women from themselves. And the thing is this: modern day women are taught to have habits that are not productive to a good long-term relationship. They have a lot of bad habits: girls' nights out, showing their ass on the internet, not dressing modestly, etc. I'm not saying you can't do this when you're single, but when you're with a guy, you should have that respect where, you know, you dress a certain way, you convey yourself a certain way on the internet, you don't have scantily clad pictures. In other words, if the car is sold, you shouldn't be wearing a for sale sign on your neck. You know, that's how I look at it. And any guy that has like a set of nuts should be able to tell his girl that. And here's the thing: I'm not saying she has to do it. But what I am saying is, if you want a relationship with me, you're gonna have to make that happen.
I mean, it's very hard though. If you're in a very attractive girl, like if you're like an 8 out of 10 or a 9, which is like model, like I understand this point. Like if you're wearing once you've bought a car, you shouldn't be wearing a for sale sign. I get that, but what if you buy a beautiful car or a car and it's like top of the range and it's not for sale, but people are still going to be looking at it. Like it's like if someone buys a Lamborghini, like people like, and it's sold, people are still going to be looking at it. So men are still going to be like, raw. Look, you see that Lambo? So it's like if you're one of those girls that is like very attractive, it can be a little bit difficult trying to retract that male attention.
Because I can go ahead and replace you with somebody else. It's just that a lot of guys don't have the balls to tell a woman that, you know, because it's politically incorrect to have boundaries on women, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just my view on it. Oh yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
So the girls have pretty much already said everything in the book. But I guess like a big turn on for me is a guy that can listen to me and is also very funny. It's like I love somebody that has like a good sense of humor, a dark sense of humor. I'm very goofy, I'm very weird, so I need somebody that can be, you know, like relatable. So somebody that can like definitely like relate to me and listen to me, stuff like that. That's a turn on to me, somebody that just listens. A big turn off, I have to completely agree with you. Somebody that's just too desperate. Somebody that's just too desperate that like once I'm talking, I'm being myself, or we're talking and you just want to get in my pants, or every other comment is like a sexual comment. That's a really big turn on.
Huge.
Don't do it, fellas.
Yeah.
Do it, but do it smoothly.
And that right there is exactly why I would not want my girl having stupid pictures of herself on the internet, because I know how men think. Like, I know how women say, like, oh, well, I love you, I'm in a relationship with you. We can use the Lamborghini example.
Yeah.
If I have a Lamborghini, right, and it has an amazing lock system, alarm, the security ring is loud as hell and no one wants to steal it, and I park it why would I park it in the hood with the doors unlocked? That's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel if you're going to have a woman advertise herself on the internet, go to clubs, whatever. She's going to put herself in situations that are not conducive to a successful long-term relationship. Yeah. So, and I get it. Like a lot of modern-day women say, well, I should be able to do what I want, blah. The problem is this. Women want a man to be traditional while absolving themselves of traditional responsibilities as a woman. You want me to protect you, earn more than you, be confident, make money, all these other things. But if I say, hey, listen, you can't put your ass on the internet, you're toxic and insecure. And it's like they pick and choose what they want to take from traditionalism that makes, puts them in an advantage. But the man's roles are always static while hers are negotiable. And I tell guys on this podcast, like, if you're going to be a traditional man, she needs to be a traditional girl. You know, it's bullshit that you have to, be traditional on your end and provide and bring home the bacon and be willing to die for this girl and protect her when she can't even say no when her girls ask her to go on a girls' night out. That's my thing.
Simply put, you want a gentleman, you got to be a lady.
Exactly.
That's
I get that.
It's so true, bro.
But there's like different types of relationships too. Like some are traditional, and there's couples out there that are not traditional, like whatsoever.
At all.
Especially,
And those relationships don't work.
Yeah.
What if she?
It depends.
How do
There's
you know,
different,
though?
There's different.
How do I know?
You're still so young. Yeah.
I know because, over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of them are initiated by women.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a ton of changes, though. If you look in the last, 50 years, there's nothing that's been the same. So it's like, how do we compare this?
Well, it's easy. As divorce rates have gone up, women have become more empowered.
Right.
But
is that the only thing, though? I think there's so many other factors.
Okay, go. What?
The main factor is that women are initiating the divorce. So what does that tell you?
I don't think in every case they are.
80%.
80. It's a fact.
I don't know.
I mean, we can't. It's
not feelings here.
It's not feelings. This is facts.
Google that shit right now.
This is facts. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, things have changed.
Yeah,
but
but
what
then
I'm
the
saying is that
husband has like 3 mistresses and like 5 accounts. That he
It's
talks
like
to different
men
people.
have always had an escape. No offense, but men have always had an escape if they weren't happy in their marriage. But for women, this is the first time in society that we're able to do everything that we want to do, and it's not really chastised anymore. You know what I mean?
I'll say this: birth control, morning after pills, they've kind of saved the way for you guys.
Yeah.
But let's be real here: if none of those things were on the table, and you were doing what we were doing, you have kids out of wedlock, you'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, wedlock. You'd be doing the most. So I feel like at some point you have to say, you know what? I have my role to play, and this is what it is.
Do you know what? Yeah, I want to speak about that because I feel like girls, women into this day and age, it's all I hear when I watch these podcasts. I go on YouTube and I hear these women. Oh men are this, men are toxic, men are manipulators. What's that word? Mansplain. Oh, you're mansplaining. Men can do what they want. Men can do. It's like, hang on a second, yeah. If the divorce rate has gone up, women get divorced. The divorce rate is 8% in women. Women get divorced at 8% rate, way more than men. Right? That's a fact. You can go and Google that shit right now. How can men be all these things, controlling all this stuff? Go back 50 years ago when your ass is cleaning, cooking, looking after the kids. You can't vote. You can only stay at home. That might have been a little bit, maybe 60 years ago, a little bit before then they couldn't vote. But it's like, where's, like, you had no free, women didn't have freedom then. I agree with that. They didn't have freedom. Like, weren't able to vote, couldn't, had to stay at home wife, cook, look after the kids. You do what I tell you to do. I'm the one that's going out, venturing, making business, meeting people, going out, doing this. You stay your ass at home. 50 years in the future, you can do pretty much what any man can do now. You can start your own business. You can earn more money than a man now. You know, you can date who you want, white, black, Asian, whoever. You can do so many things now as a woman. But why is it that still you're worse off? It doesn't make sense. 50 years ago, when my nan was growing up, it was tough to live. My nan had to work 3 jobs. Like, I just don't get it. It's like the women are getting worse, but you're more free. How does that make sense?
So.
Yeah. And that's what marriage is, I feel like, is compromise. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I think of this, I look at my parents who have been married for 32 years. They were together when my mom was 22. She had me when she was 26. No problems at all.
Okay.
And like that never happened. So I don't know. I think that men and women should just have more freedom in general. Both of them should.
Okay, we got our chat, nigga.
Men and women should more, what?
I think that men and women should just have more freedom in general.
do.
Both of them should.
Okay, we got our chat niggas on Twitch asking, are you really happy with your views?
Yeah, for sure. Why?
They don't
They
say
were
that.
asking. It's 6 years, so they're asking if
Yeah,
if
just
you're happy.
curious. Okay.
I'll say this because
yeah.
you mentioned that modern day relationships, things have changed.
Not all of them.
My argument is that the changes have made it worse. So
Yeah.
since we're in a state now
like
where
harder.
marriages birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, right? So people are not having children. More women are single now than ever before, and they estimate over 50% of women will stay single in 2030.
Wow.
Then on top of that, about 7 to 8 out of divorces in the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work, and I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine, and men have become more feminine.
Yes.
And it just doesn't work. We're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work. The world has always existed where the man is in a leadership position and the woman is in a submissive position, and he runs the household, he works, she stays at home. Now, is that to say women shouldn't work? No, I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is that since gender roles are ambiguous now and men are no longer in leadership positions, women find them weak and they divorce. Because a lot of guys are taught to be, get with your feelings, get more emotional, open up to me, all this other bullshit that I tell guys not to ever do. Because as the man, you're the stable rock in the relationship. She needs to be able to come and cry to you. You don't cry to her. You don't tell her your problems. You go tell your male friends your problems. Because unfortunately, with all due respect, ladies, you guys have no idea how to handle masculine problems. Because women live in a different world than men do. You guys have privileges and accesses that we will never even dream of getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
true.
You're not equipped to handle my problems as a man. I go even further.
Facts.
That if a man does tell you his problems and he's in a relationship with you, the woman's going to lose attraction because you're supposed to be the leader. You can't be bending and folding.
I was watching it. I was on TikTok the other day, and there was a woman that, like, again, I will never give advice. I will always give advice to women about men. I will never give advice to another woman about women. I just don't see the point of it because I'm not a woman, right? But she was going, if a man's really emotional, that's a good thing. Like an emotional man, you should be emotional as a man because if you open up to us, it's so it's like, no, it's not. Imagine if you had a man every single weekend coming at you with problems, crying. Oh, I had a bad day at work. I don't like my life. Oh, no. Bro, you're gone. You're gone. You're out the window. That's why when girls say, "Oh, I like a bad boy," someone that's a bit got something about them, got a little bit of toughness behind them, a bit of balls. They have some balls. When shit hits the fan, they're not crying. Don't get me wrong. Us men do cry. I cry, but I do that shit in my room. I do that shit in my spare time when no one's looking. Don't do that shit in front of my missus. Don't do that in front of. I don't do that. Because if I open up to her like that and gave her my tears and all that, she's not the one that's meant to be dealing with that stuff. I'm meant to be dealing with her emotions. Women are emotional. Men aren't. We don't go off emotions. We don't act upon our emotions. We act upon what we think. Logics.
Than being a softie. So I think that's why relationships have lost, and I think this modern concept of men and women is it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
And also
she had something.
Yeah, just add to that point as well. So you're saying men have an escape, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, women have an ultimate escape.
So
because
many.
now you can just, hey, you know what? I'm not happy in this marriage anymore. I'm out of here. I take half his money. So I feel at
Right.
some point there has to be like a line where, okay, you know what? Yes, women do have their rights and they should have, benefits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at our detriment, I don't think that's a good idea. Because now, who wants to be married? Let's be real here. Guys that know
That's-
the pitfalls of marriage, they don't want to get married.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like that's what's made men like so unable to get married and so unwilling to do it because they're like, okay, I don't trust women at all. And so that's why it's kind of like, it's like hindered us a lot because now men are not even willing to do that in the first place.
Yeah.
So-
but that being said, is the modern way helping us as people or is it hurting us?
Hurting.
Let's be real here.
I feel like it might be hurting us right now, but it's still a path and we're on that path. So in like 20 years, I think that we're going to find balance.
I disagree respectfully.
Let's agree to disagree.
No,
Well, look at our
agree.
kids,
I
though.
disagree.
They're going to have completely different views. We're like the first people to try this out for sure.
So
Yeah.
like for me, my parents have been together for
Yeah, talking to Mike.
30 plus years. And my mom has always told me, she's like, regardless of whatever relationship you're in, whoever you're with, there's something you're going to have to deal with and there's something you're going to have to not like,
Yeah.
or something you're going to have to compromise with. So it's just at the end of the day, who you pick to love and what you pick to deal with,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and then turn-offs and turn-ons.
So for me, the biggest turn on would be like brutal honesty. I like someone that's super honest about everything and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's better that way. Maybe not emotional
Perfect,
wise.
because I'm about to say a brutal truth right after this.
So even if it hurts, I mean, I think it's better than finding out later something that you didn't want to know, and you could have
Yes.
just known, and it would have been done and put away, and that's it. You know?
You mentioned
turn-
earlier that men like have sex with other girls and everything else like that, and they have 5 accounts or whatever.
So I feel like now there's a more access to different, like there's strip clubs, there's escorts, there's OF, if
Sugar
you,
daddy
if,
sites.
There's sugar daddy sites, there's a bunch of things, concierge service, like what is that? I don't even want to know, but
Everything.
there's so many different escape routes. I don't want to use that word, but for them, like if they're not happy or their needs are not being met or they feel a certain way, they can go and get that and it's put away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For women it's completely different. Women don't, you could go to to a gay, like to a
what do we
guy's
even
strip
do?
club. I don't know, like, so that's why women.
I disagree with that. I think women. All right, I think women have a better escape route than men. Like, let's just say, like, you're in a relationship, it's not going well, sexually, everything, mentally, everything. Like, it's just not going the way you turn it, and you both decide you're gonna go behind each other's backs and cheat. You both don't know you're doing it. A men's escape route, okay, you got strip club, you got all these different things. Strip club, prosies, girls, but let me tell you something. It's probably easy to go to a strip club or a posie because you're paying them for their time. But if you were to go out and you're on the mission to have sex with a girl, right? it's a lot harder because women open the gates to sex. Because it's not like I can just magically say, we're going to do it. You know, she has to initiate it because she has the you know what, right? She has the V, the VV, right? She has that. So for me, I feel like it's easier for a woman to go out there, escape, and have sex with different men because she initiates that. If she was to go around in a club or a bar and ask 5 men, do you want to have sex tonight? Do you want to go back to the hotel or this or that or the other? I guarantee you, maybe not all of them will say it, but I guarantee you maybe 1 or 2 will say it. Maybe all of them.
Women cheat, or that's why women have like a secret guy that no one knows about. But at the end of the day, I feel like guys have more options to
Really?
that world, right?
Just out of curiosity, and I want to go around the table with this because this is going to be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of men do you think are actually sexually active with women?
What percentage of men?
Yeah.
Out of
I
100%.
would say about 60%.
Okay.
Okay.
You?
Ooh. Okay, but you say like sexually active with like once they're in a relationship, while they're single,
Single,
like,
While they're single.
like while they're single, like how
Guys that
sexually
are out there in the
active are
dating
they?
marketplace, guys that are out there in the dating marketplace, what percentage of them is actually consistently getting laid?
Oh yeah, I agree with her. Like 60,
60?
70%.
Okay.
Single getting laid?
Yeah.
I would say less, like 40%.
Okay.
Okay.
You say you know. Wait, have we asked you this question?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, never mind.
I would say, I don't know, probably like
I'm going 20.
just right now, probably like 50%,
Right this second.
45, 50.
Okay.
50 to 45%. Okay.
So like completely single
20,
getting laid.
20,
Single.
20.
It's hard to get laid these days. I mean,
Yeah.
men,
40%,
not women.
I'm gonna guess.
40%?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, so guys, yeah, I was just about to do it. Only about 10 to 20% of men are having sex with about 90% of girls.
Not in Miami though.
There's no way.
Hold on. No. Actually, it's even more highlighted in Miami.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
So ladies, you got to understand, and this is why I say it all the time: men don't cheat; they just have sex. When you guys bang someone else is cheating. For a man to get sexual access to women is very difficult, and a small percentage of men actually are out here dating women and dealing with them romantically. You said in Miami it's not like that. In Miami, it's definitely like that. Because in a major city like this, all the girls are gravitating towards the guys that live on Star Island, the guys that are in Brickell, the guys that have money, the guys that have some kind of clout, etc. LA,
Yeah.
New York City, Las Vegas, Miami, major cities, or whatever it is, where there's celebrities, athletes, whatever, the women are all fighting to date and or be associated with the men. When you guys go into a nightclub, right? All you guys are pretty attractive ladies. You go into a nightclub, where are all the women concentrated?
At the
VIP.
table.
Tables.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly how the real world works as well. The top men have all the women, and then most of the guys, the other bottom 80% are fighting for the bottom 20% of women. So
true.
when women say this notion about, oh well, it's cheating when you have sex with other girls, or oh guys have options, this other stuff, that's a fallacy. You guys have all the sexual abundance. Men have to earn their sexual abundance because women only deal with a certain demographic of man. Earlier in the top of the show, we asked you guys, what do you guys like in a man? Well, a lot of you guys mentioned things that show leadership, dominance, competence, whatever, confidence. These are all traits of a man that's been accomplished and has built himself up to something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Men, simply put, ladies, women are born with value, men must create their value. So this is why a small minority of men have sex with all the girls. So going to my point is that if a woman has sex with a lot of men, if a man has sex with a lot of women, he should be able to do so. A man should be able to have sex with as many women as he can afford and or has the status to get. But it doesn't work the other way around. You know, as a man has sex with more women, it's inevitable that he brings value to the market. But if a woman has sex with a lot of men, she lowers her value from a marriage standpoint.
true.
So that's the reality. That's why I always laugh when women say this. Well, if you can bang a lot of girls, why can't I bang a lot of guys? And I'm like, whoa. Like,
So
no, hold
different,
on.
man.
It's easy for you guys to get sex. It's very difficult for men to get sex. You guys open up your phones right now, you're gonna have 99 plus DMs from dudes hitting you up trying to get laid. Me and Fresh, we ain't gonna.
All right, then. It's actually crazy. Like, when you break it down, the polar opposites, and it's so hard. And sometimes I feel like a bit, like, the fact that men, can have I'm not saying that they can, but if they were to have sex with as many women as possible, their value or their value in the sexual marketplace wouldn't go down, because they're still like, for me, like, a man is so different when it comes to attraction with men, because some men age like fine wine. Women, you do get them, but it's very small. Women, why do women get Botox? Why do women get all these things as they get older? Because it's like, in the sexual, especially in the sexual marketplace, if you got a single woman who's getting older, like, your value's going down, man. Like, older men are looking for younger women. So, and it's harsh to say, it's almost harsh, but that's the reality. Just like, I can't even remember his name. I'm gonna call him Fresh. Just like he was saying, man, like, it's nuts, like how, you know, when women are like, well, if he can have sex with as many women, why can't I have sex with as many men? Because in the sexual marketplace, you will be seen as someone like a hoe, or someone that's, oh yeah, she's just she's easy, you know. And men don't always want that. Like, men want someone, a woman that is hard to get in there, man, because it's like, it's a challenge, there's something about him, you know. And it's like, if you're seen as the woman that everyone sleeps with, then of course your value is going to go down. A man, it's like, women will be looking like, everyone sleeps with that man, but women are going to be intrigued and want to know what it's like, you know. So it's actually just that little thing. It's just, and that's why men and women are different, man. Not just when it comes to sex, but everything. Mental state, attraction, physical state, it's so different. And I feel like women, not all women, but women mostly in the 20s and 30s today, and younger coming up, is they think we're the same. It's like, we're not. That's why you got to learn that shit. That's why you got to, like, that's why when I was listening to Kevin Samuels, I was like learning so much knowledge about men and women and relationships and marriage. I was just like shocked, like, to see actually how different we are. We're humans, we're human beings, we're all human, but we are so different, man. There's polar opposites, man. For real. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. You know, if you're like enjoying this content, like I said, hit that subscribe button, comment below, let me know what videos you want me to react to. Guys, you're your boy Jordan, and I'll see you in the next video.